One question that I'm asked frequently by my students and my social media friends, that they want to improve the language, they want to speak the language uh, for certain reasons, for like jobs or for higher studies or for communication, but they can't. And I keep asking myself, what is the reason, and why the students are having so much trouble learning the language. And when I ask them, why don't you speak the language, and they give me different reasons, that they feel shy, they feel embarrassed in front of others when they are practicing the language, and they don't have enough vocabulary, they don't have grammar, and they have so many reasons for that. And I ask myself that what is the one answer that can help them to learn the language. And my answer is very simple. uh, Wherever you are and whatever your level is, practice the language. Once you start practicing the language, you will understand how you can improve and take it to the next level. As long as you keep speaking your own native language and you don't practice English, you will never be able to start speaking. There is a very wise saying in English that a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. So if you really want to go on this journey, you must take this step. Once you jump in and you start speaking the language, and you overcome this fear or phobia that when you speak the language people will make fun of you, when you speak the language people will laugh at you, when you speak the language you will make so many mistakes. You must understand that this is not your language. You are trying to learn the language. So you can see the language learning is like a toddler who is ready, who is like trying to walk or who is trying to run. So the first he will fall down, he will get up, he will try again, and then the day comes when he starts running. Language learning is like that. If you keep planning but you don't practically speak the language, you will never be able to be fluent in that. So my suggestion to you all is, stop thinking too much about this, stop procrastinating, start speaking the language. Find the right person with whom you can practice the language, and you will see you really don't need thousands of vocab words. You really don't need to know all these subject verb agreement and grammar rules. Everything comes through communication. In modern days, grammar is not taught in isolation. Grammar is taught through communication. As you communicate, you will understand the mistakes you are making, or the right person with whom you are practicing the language will guide you that there are certain better ways to say this, and there are better expressions to speak the language. But my main idea is that you should practice. This one word can help you to master the language. That practice the language from today. Okay? If you have vocab, if you know grammar, if you know the rules of the language, but you don't practice the language, you will never be able to speak the language. There are many examples. I can give you my personal example. I want to speak Arabic. I have been working in Middle East for the last 18 years. I see Arabic everywhere. I know thousands of Arabic words, but I don't speak the language. I can't speak the language properly. The reason is I don't practice the language. I have the desire, but I did not try it with my heart and soul. The day you start practicing the language with your heart and soul, that will be the day when you start you start speaking the language. I have many students. I have taught them, but they couldn't master the language. The reason is they speak the language only within the classroom, but once they step out, they start speaking Arabic. On the other hand, many of my Arabic students, they travel to other countries like United States, UK, Canada, Australia, South Africa, and they come back after 3 months, they speak perfect English. Now, these are the same students. What happened? Was there any magic kind of thing? No. The only thing, when he landed in UK or in Canada or in America, he had no other option but to speak the language. Wherever he goes, whatever he is doing, he is facing the language. So that was something, he started practicing the language in his everyday life. Remember, you never learn the language from the book or from even 100% from your teachers. You learn the language from your surroundings. You learn the language from the other people through communication, through discussions, through dialogues, through speaking, through argument. Once you develop this kind of atmosphere, you will see that within few days you have improved the language. So when those students stay in English speaking countries, let's say for 3 months time, they practice that language for 3 months, and when they come back, mostly I'm surprised, they speak perfect English. Now, did they spend hours and hours learning grammar rules? Did they they were learning thousands of vocab words to speak the language? No. You don't need 1,000 words, you need few hundred words. You don't need grammar rules all the time. That will come through practice. As you reach to certain level, you yourself will realize that okay, you made certain mistakes in the previous sentence and you will be correcting yourself, or with the help of your friend, or like with your partner or your teacher, you can overcome major mistakes. But you shouldn't worry about mistakes at this point. The main thing is you should practice the language. Another thing which students mostly ask, that they want to practice the language but they don't find the right person, and they can't afford to go to the language institutions like language centers or like colleges where they can learn the language, or academies, or they cannot hire private tutors. Okay, fine, I understand that this sometimes it's very difficult. Some students have some financial issues, they can't afford. Now, what is the right thing to do now? Should I stop learning the language, or should I find certain ways and means which can help me to improve the language without spending a lot of money? I believe with little effort you can reach certain people who teach English for free. You can go to social media and you find millions of videos. You can find some right channels and you can follow the instructors over there and you can improve the language. Most importantly, people say that when they go online, most of the websites or all the websites are paid, and they don't find worth studying material without paying. I completely disagree. There are certain websites, there are certain apps which are simply amazing, and they can teach you English for free. I believe if you have the desire, if you are motivated, no one can stop you from learning the language. And when I talk about certain websites, certain apps, I can guide you in my coming videos. You can go to these websites, you can put your login details, you can download these apps. In my next video, I will guide you about these websites one by one, and I will guide you how to put your username and the password and login on this website, and how you can benefit from this website. If you have any question, or if you want to learn something specific, write something in the comment section. I will go through it, and I will reach you, and I will help you on that. In my next video, I will share certain websites, certain apps which are 100% free, and you can use them from your mobile phone, you can use them from your laptop, you can use them wherever you are and whatever the situation is. And I will guide you further in my next video how to use, how to put the login details, and how you can benefit from these apps and these websites. And you can also check your progress on that. These certain websites, they can give you all the details from where you started and where you have reached with the passage of time. I'll be sharing this information with you in my coming video.